Hello everybody, kind of a bit of an impromptu thing, thinking, now that I've officially caught up with all the Marvel films, and now they're all coming out in theaters, and I can just, watch them at my own leisure, I think I'm gonna start doing this thing, for the reviewish Marvel MCU series, where before I go into the movie, I'm gonna give you all my, before movie impressions, and, so here we go, Captain Marvel, stupid me watched a bit of reviews, because I just couldn't help myself, and people are saying that it's they say it's like a phase 1 film, how it's not bad, but it's just kind of alright. And so sadly now I'm going into the movie theater with that bias, but hopefully I'm not. Before those reviews, my thought was, well, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great, it's a Marvel movie, they can't be bad. But now, even without the reviews in my bias, I think it's gonna be like a, I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical on it, which also kind of worries me for Avengers 4 for some reason. I don't know. Let's just cut to me after watching the movie. See what I think of it. Hello, friends. If I sound kind of nasally, that's because I think I'm getting sick again. I'm not sure. Anyways, after my before first impressions of Captain Marvel, I went to the theaters, and thankfully, I was pleasantly surprised. Okay. Spoilers, there will be spoilers, because the movie is fairly new. It technically came out today. But it's actually a really good movie. Like, a lot of people were saying that it felt like a phase 1 movie again, or like an early phase 2, and I don't really feel that. It feels more like an late phase 2 movie. It doesn't feel like an early phase 2. It feels like a late phase 2. Not exactly phase 3, just late phase 2. I was expecting more connection to the Guardians of the Galaxy with Ronan and all of them, like maybe maybe a mention of Thanos, but there wasn't really anything there. The Tesseract twist was very interesting. I was sitting in the theater and I said it out loud. I was like, "Whoa, the Tesseract! Is that the Tesseract?" And then they said it out loud, and I was like, "That's the Tesseract! What the frick?" That shocked me. I feel like they wanted the twist of the Creed. Okay, the Skrulls are the good guys? That I like, and I hate. It's kind of like how I feel about Thor Ragnarok. It's like, it's such a good movie, and I can't say it's bad, but I hate what it did. Like all wise people say, a change can be good as long as it makes the movie better, and I feel like this change did make the movie better, no doubt, but it's just such an odd change. The Skrulls are these bad guys who impersonate people, and then, that's their whole mission, is to take over planets and such, and a lot of people were like, oh, well, the Skrulls are going to be, the next big villain throughout, I'm going to call it, Era 2, you got the Infinity Wars, the Infinity Saga, which is, Era 1, Phase 1 through 3, and now, I guess, Phase 4 through whatever is left would be the Skrulls and stuff. But they're good guys, and I love it, but I hate it. I don't know how to feel about that twist. I feel like to make it better, though, they should have put more emphasis that the Creed are not bad guys. They just went, oh, Skrulls are good guys, Creed are bad. They should have made it almost like Captain America Civil War, where we saw both sides and how neither of them are wrong, but at the same time, neither of them are right. And I think that's what they should have done with this movie, with the Skrulls and with the Skrulls and the Creed. They should have had neither of them be right, but at the same time, neither of them be wrong. That's what I feel they should have done. They didn't do that path, and once the twist was revealed, I knew they weren't going to go that way. Brie Larson, a lot of people complain that she's just this boring character, and she's never really getting anything. She doesn't grow as a character, and yes, it's true. But I think her performance isn't the best, which is why I'm less worried for Avengers 4 than I was. But now I'm a little more worried because I hope she's not as prominent as they're teasing her up to be, because she only works well around a good cast. Samuel L. Jackson, that's the only other guy I know. Everybody around her was such good actors and actresses that it made her performance seem better than it really was. Which is really good. The movie didn't get good until they arrived on Earth, which is really strange when you think about it. Wouldn't the movie be cooler out of Earth? But no, the beginning of the movie, I was like, oh god, this movie's gonna be awful. It's gonna be so terrible. But then they got on Earth, and it was like, ugh, 90s. We get it. It's based in the 90s. But I feel like that pandering was for a reason, since technically if you weren't, like, reading every news article about the movie, then you would have known it's in the 90s going into this, but then you're like, oh, it's in the 90s. That's probably why there was a bunch of pandering in that middle part. A lot of people, I like how they did it backwards, the typical oranges. I like how they did the typical origin story backwards. How instead of we see her get the powers and we see what happens, we see what happens and then we see her get the powers, but then it all makes sense. A lot of people complain about this, but I actually, in a day and age where we're not sick of origin stories, but it's almost like people realized these people are gonna get these people are gonna get bored with constant origin stories. We gotta mix it up. With Homecoming, they mixed it up. Black Panther, they mixed it up. Doctor Strange, they kind of did that. And with this movie, they mixed it up. They didn't have the typical stuff. They kind of flipped it. I can appreciate that. So, and like y'all know, instead of doing my typical score of like out of 10, I'm going to place this movie somewhere. And this was a really good movie. Alright, here's my new listing. Here, let me just scoot over. I'm now placing it at number 11, replacing Captain America: The First Avenger. It's under Doctor Strange because I feel like Doctor Strange was just a cooler movie visually. This movie had a lot of cool visuals, but I feel like they didn't go all the way with it. Especially, I know that they were stuck on Earth for a while, but yeah, yeah, I like Doctor Strange a bit more. That he's a cooler character in my opinion. Thank you guys for watching. This is like almost the third Marvel video in a row, almost the second review-ish in a row. Now that this is a bit of an update kind of thing. Now that I've caught up with all the Marvel movies, I want to do more review-ish. So I think I'm gonna do it like I am now. Instead of just reviewing a new movie that comes out, I'm just gonna review series and then do the typical list thing. So I think next, I don't know what series I'm gonna do next. I was considering horror, I was thinking about Nightmare on Elm Street, but I was also thinking about Star Wars because there's a bunch of Star Wars movies I haven't really seen. So if you guys want to see a particular series of me to do, I'll do that. Thank you guys for watching. Let's hope this gets more views than Ant-Man and the Wasp review-ish.
Video over.